Dismayed, Clark Kent, who is Superman, stands in the small hotel lobby and feels utterly helpless as the true state of affairs becomes crystal clear in his mind.
Of course, I might have known this would happen. He is a phony. Now he's got rid of Robin and gone into hiding. Now what do I do? How can I find them?
In his guise of reporter Clark Kent, Superman has concocted a spectacular plan, and as we join him now, he is seeking the cooperation of Perry White, his former editor on the Daily Planet, and now mayor of Metropolis.
I'm sure I know the answer to this Batman mystery now, Chief.
You do?
Yes. I'm convinced that the man we thought was Batman, who's been making un-American speeches the last few days, is not Batman at all.
Not Batman?
I mean, he's an impersonator. A fake. You see, Chief, I'm certain the real Batman has either been killed or is being held prisoner somewhere, while this phony goes around pretending to be Batman and falsely drawing up public opinion against aid to Europe.
Oh, nonsense. I don't care how clever he is. He couldn't fool Robin.
Oh?
Why, those two are closer than two peas in a pod.
I know, Chief, but still, he fooled him. He even fooled me.
You? Well, that doesn't prove anything.
That's what you think. But how about this? Do you think the real Batman would slug Robin, knock him unconscious, then leave him lying on the floor and walk out?
Well, I'll admit that's hard to understand.
And would the real Batman make public speeches saying let the hungry children in Europe starve?
No. Of course not. No decent person would, or could. But something may have happened to him, Kent. He may be sick.
That's what I thought, until Robin disappeared last night.
Just a minute. Hello? Oh yes, Inspector. Any word of Robin? Nothing, eh?
Look, Chief, ask him if...
Why, yes, he's here. Just a minute. Henderson wants to talk to you, Ken.
Oh, okay. Hello, Inspector. Did you find... Yes. Yes? There weren't, huh? Well, that proves it, then.
Proves what?
Just a minute, Chief. Well, maybe not positively, but negatively. Right. I'll see you later, Inspector. Thanks for calling. So long.
What are you talking about, Kent?
Henderson's men checked the real Batman's fingerprints, which they have in their files, and all the prints they could find in the hotel room occupied in Willow Falls last night by the man who calls himself Batman.
Yes? Did they check?
No. That definitely proves this fellow is an imposter, just as I said.
Not necessarily. Batman may not have left any fingerprints in the hotel room. The prints might have been someone else's.
Well, I'll admit the fingerprint test may not be conclusive, but it's good enough for me. Plus all the other evidence we have. Now, will you back me up on this plan to find Robin and the real Batman, or won't you?
Now, wait a minute. What plan?
You remember that recording I found in Batman's study? A recording of a conversation between Batman and a man who calls himself Jones?
Yes? What about it?
I'm convinced that Jones is responsible for Batman's disappearance. And I...
Why?
Because Jones had a hold on Batman. I can't tell you what it is, except it was a secret Batman didn't want revealed. And I'm sure Jones used his knowledge to make Batman go away with him.
Well, that could be. Go on.
Well, I've heard this Jones's voice before. I can't remember where, but I'm certain he's rather well known. Likely under a different name.
So
I want to have duplicates made of the recording and play it over the Daily Planet radio station and on other stations all over the country. Then I want to offer a big prize, say $10,000, to the person who can identify Jones.
$10,000?
I know that's a lot of money, Chief, but we need a big prize in order to get everyone listening. And it'll be well worth it if we can find Batman and Robin.
Well, that's the wildest notion even you ever came up with, Kent.
No, Chief, look
But it just might work.
It will.
Also, it'll be a terrific news story for the planet. So go ahead, hop to it.
Now you're talking, Chief. I'll get working on it at once.
As Clark Kent hurries to set his plan in motion to identify the mysterious Mr. Jones, the real Batman and Robin, united once more, are prisoners in a small, stout, square old building far upstate in the midst of lonely farmland, which had once been a prisoner of war barracks in the days of the Revolution. Heavy, rusted leg shackles are fastened around the ankles of the dynamic duo and forged to stout iron staples in the wall beams, allowing freedom of movement only for a foot or two in each direction.
Oh, gee, Batman. I sure was stupid not to realize that the guy who was posing as you was a phony. Now I let him lead me into that ambush at the River Hotel like a little lamb going to slaughter.
Oh, don't blame yourself, Robin. That guy and Mr. Jones are very clever.
Well, I should have known you wouldn't slug me, though, or make un-American speeches, or say.
What?
I'll bet that's what Mr. Kent meant.
Kent?
Uh-huh. He said something fishy was going on. That either you were sick in the head or there was another explanation which he was gonna check. Now I'm sure he guessed the truth.
Could be. Kent's pretty smart. But I'm afraid he guessed too late.
Maybe not. I'll bet he and Inspector Henderson will stay on the phony Batman's trail until he leads them right here to us.
He'll never lead them here.
Why not? You said the phony's working for Jones, didn't you? So he's pretty sure to show up here sometime.
Yes, but he's already shown up here, Robin, and he wasn't tailed.
No kidding. When?
A couple of hours ago, while you were still under the chloroform they used on you.
Oh.
If Kent and Henderson had been on his tail, we'd be out of these chains by now.
Yeah, I guess we would. Gosh, Batman, I don't get this. What's behind it?
It's simple, Robin. You see, Jones is a rotten fanatic who believes in keeping everything home and letting Europe starve, while he's using the phony Batman to drum up public opinion against our helping anybody, anywhere.
I know that, but why is he keeping us here? What does he intend to do with us?
Well, I think we'll find out as soon as Mr. Jones gets back. He's been away all night.
I see. Look, who's the guy who calls himself Batman? Do you know?
No, except that his real name is Ed.
Ed what?
I don't know. But he's getting scared. I heard him tell the others of the gang here he's got to see Jones at once. He couldn't keep... Wait a minute.
What gives?
Jones just came in.
How do you know?
I'd know his voice a mile away by now.
Yeah, I'll bet.
He's in the next room with the phony Batman. Come on, let's move up close to the wall.
All right, do you think we
Quiet.
should...
Don't breathe. Just listen hard. Maybe we can find out what Jones has on the fire for us now.
Straining at the end of their shackles, Batman and Robin press close against the wall, on the other side of which is the mysterious Mr. Jones and the false Batman.
Quiet now, Robin. Don't say a word.
I won't breathe, Batman.
Listen.
There's not a thing to worry about, Ed.
That's Jones!
Yes. Quiet.
Not a thing, so relax.
That's what you think, Jones. I tell you, Clark Kent is wise to me. I'm sure of it.
He sounds just like you, Batman.
Shh!
Even if he is, he won't be able to prove a thing.
How can you be sure?
He won't, I tell you. For one thing, you're not going to make any more speeches or even be seen for a long while.
Oh, why?
Because your speeches have already attracted nationwide attention. Newspapers all over the country are repeating what they think Batman said about letting Europe starve. He's helped our cause tremendously, you know.
What a filthy...
Shh!
So now you're gonna lie low, except for...
Wait, what about the real Batman and Robin? We're playing with dynamite. The police all over the country are looking for Robin. And if Kent pops off that I'm a phony, and I think he will...
Just leave everything to me, Ed, and don't worry about Batman and Robin. They won't be with us much longer.
Uh-oh.
You mean you're gonna get rid of them?
Yes, tonight.
Batman!
Shh! Why wait until tonight? Why not now?
Now, because there's something they have to do for us first.
Oh, what's that?
Batman and Robin are going to play an ace card for our cause, Ed, and at the same time put us on easy street for the rest of our lives.
What does he mean, Batman?
I don't know, Robin, but it sounds bad.
And after that, tonight, they'll die.
Helpless, their hearts beating hard, Batman and Robin hear themselves condemned to death. What is the ace card which the mysterious Mr. Jones says Batman and Robin will play for him before they are eliminated? And what of Clark Kent's plan to locate his friends by trying to identify Jones's voice? Will that bring results in the brief space of the day that remains? The next episode is tense and exciting, fellows and girls, so be sure to listen. Enjoy this brief intermission and tune in for more of the adventures of Superman.